DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, hope you're well. I'm walking in the park. It's Sunday afternoon. There's a few people around with their children, so I'll just kind of walk along, not make a long pause. Parents don't always like it when you're walking around and eventually filming when children are around. Yeah, so I hope you're well today. Like I said, Sunday afternoon. Had the family over as usual, more or less. I cooked a very small turkey in the Instant Pot. It was 2.8 kilos, so that is a small turkey. I was going to say it's a baby bird. Let me see, 2.8 times, what is it? 2.2, something like that. So anyway, that's like 2.8, 5.6. It's like a, I don't know, maximum 7 pounds, something like that. Anyway, and it went well. It was cooked in about 38 minutes. I let it go for 40 minutes in the Instant Pot. And I took all the gravy out, the juice out, so it's very moist. Took that out, took a part of it to make a gravy, took out the liquid, I mean. And when there was no liquid, I just added, I'd already put a little bit of oil and some spices. And then I just put, I didn't make any stuffing because it was in the Instant Pot, so I, stuffed it with an onion and a couple of carrots and some spices, like I said, a bit of oil. And then at the end, I put 2 big gobs of butter on it and put the frying cover, so the air fry cover, because I got a big Instant Pot. So I put the air fry cover on it and fried it at 200 for a few minutes, about 15, something like that, until it was nice and brown. Came out really nice, yeah. Anyway, so that was, I didn't make a big meal, because that was actually like cooking a chicken in a way. I mean a big chicken if you want. Let's see if there's the cat here. And I made some caramelized chestnuts. There's a half wild cat lives here. I've spoken about him before. I was looking to see if he was there. I don't know where he is right now. Yeah, yesterday. So it is becoming autumn here. It really is. You see, all our leaves are pretty much falling out. The thing is, though, one of the big differences living where we live, living in the northeastern townships in Canada where I used to live, is in autumn the leaves will become very red. And here they kind of like go from green. Oh, look here. That's kind of typical. They kind of go to green, go to this orange, brown, and fall. And very often most of the time, well, you can see it here, we don't often get that really great reddish color. You do in the mountains. And a nice place to see over here to see the autumn colors is to go in the vineyards. Then you'll get that nice reddish color. But yeah, over here, not really. Yeah. I was at church. Well, we were at church today, and there was I wasn't going to say it was a service on change management, because that would be diminishing actually the quality of the service. But the thing is, we are going to have a new pastor coming along sometime this year. The one that there is retiring, and the whole idea was, about, in a way, almost about change, and how you react to change and so on. And of course, it was like, you can expect that when something new comes into your life, something's going to change. And how do you react to change? So I mean, it wasn't a self-help sermon, but there was certain elements that I was going to say were good for anybody that's going through a period, of change. And basically, you can almost say you got to embrace it somehow. That doesn't mean that it's always going to be beneficial, but it's going to happen. And I guess that's the whole thing, is that you can't close your eyes when something happens. You can act and react. You can have, I was going to say, a good dose of faith. But like I say, you can act and react. And how you act and react, well, if you're in the prayer, it might be in the prayer. If you're not, you'll do it another way or something. But I'm just saying is that you can't ignore when something changes. So anyway, I'm not going to go into the details, but it was as far as I'm concerned, a very positive thing. You can't go in life and simply close your eyes and act like a change doesn't happen or what. Now, you can go into another, I was going to say, you can go into a rabbit hole if you want to start about talking about forgive and forget and something like that, but that was not the question today, and it's not the question that I'm going to talk about either. So yeah, that would be another rabbit hole in this whole thing. Anyway, yeah, so that was good. Then when we got home, there was a service online. Yes, it's Sunday, and we do a lot of religious things. And our good friend, when we used to live in England, so in Oxford, our very good friend there, he was at the time, the head librarian. I guess it was the head librarian, or a librarian, but I think it was, if I'm not wrong, he was the head librarian at the Bodleian Library. He's been retired for many years, but he was the one preaching today, and it was awfully good, actually. It was on kindness, and what type of kindness. Somebody's out there taking pictures, so I'm not the only person that's the weirdo around here. So the question about kindness, so if you want to know which verse it was David and Mephibosheth. So anyway, I'm not going to go into that, but the whole idea was, what was very interesting is that he brought up a series of examples using films and stuff like that of moments of kindness. So there's the Schindler's List and other stuff, but he then all of a sudden brought something that I didn't know, and like he said, there's no movie on this. It was his uncle, so his dad's twin brother had been prisoner in a Japanese camp, Second World War, for several years. And one of the things he had got doing over there was language lessons to keep people sane and intellectually alive somehow. And later on in life, after he was released, so to say, he went on to Cambridge and started some type of institute. I don't remember the name right now. And one of the things that he always did was to create the possibility for Japanese students, so after the war, to come and profit from the languages and so on. So I was impressed. There was something I thought I knew most of about his life that I hadn't known, and the fact, as he said, he'd always been a role model for kindness, and basically, a man who had gone through not a pleasant situation for a couple of years in one of those Japanese prisons. I'll just be kind and call it that. Yeah, anyway, different things. Today it was a very enlightening and invigorating day, both spiritually and intellectually, actually. People often think that you put your brain, to the side if you become a Christian, and seriously, I seriously find it's exactly the contrary. But you know, that's for you to debate, and not for me to bother debating with you. Okay, so I'm up to 10 minutes. I'm going to stop there. DC signing off. Take care, everybody, and hope that you have a great Sunday. Bye.